that calf strain he suffered in the regular season finale. But Steph Curry is on track to play in Game 1 on Saturday against Denver. He has missed the last 12 regular season games for the Warriors. And Brooklyn's Ben Simmons is expected to return and make his debut for the Nets during the playoffs, expected between Games 4 and 6. Major League Baseball, a lot of games going on today. The Seattle Mariners avoided the sweep as they beat the White Sox 5-1. I'm Monty Bolaños.
A presentation of Sports Talk Radio.
It's this man. It's the compassion. It's the dignity. It's the wisdom. It's the horse sense of the guy.
You know what? This is crap. We're gonna stop this.
I can't stand it. Run it again. Huddle up and run it again.
We're rolling now.
I think so.
Microphones are on.
Marker 8, 10, go.
The Aggies.
Merrill for the lead. He's got it!
The Jazz.
Stopped him. Open three.
The high schools.
Waffle's going to take it on the quarterback draw. He's to the 30, the 25, makes a move to the 20, 15, 10, 5. He's into the end zone.
If it's the sport you care about, we're talking about it.
Number 4 of my best non-sports sports. Wife carrying.
I beg your pardon?
It's the Full Court Press with Eric Frandsen and Ajay Salvesen.
Because what you're really saying when you're using all this blabberish is, Ajay, you were right and I was wrong. That's what I'm hearing from you.
106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan.
Oh, hello. How are you? 106.9 The Fan, 1390 AM The Fan. 106onthefan.com and on our mobile app, which is free, by the way, for you to all be joining us. By the way, saw some numbers today, streaming-wise, and we are, oh, man, and the Donut Man shows up at this point. You know what? Yeah, we're going to do it today. I'm going to splurge. Thank you. No, one's good. One is pushing my luck right now. Thank you, James, the baller. That's what I call him, James the Baller. No one shoots a pure jumper like James does. Welcome to the Full Court Press. I'm Ajay Salvesen. Happy to have you guys along with us. Eric is absent. Gone, not dead. Alive, but not forgotten. He'll be with us maybe in the second hour. Maybe. If not, no worries. We'll have him back tomorrow on a Friday to get you ready for the weekend, which includes the playoffs. NBA officially getting underway. We're going to recap last night's disaster games for multiple reasons. And I have a complaint about superstars. One in particular that you're going to hear about from me. I won't say it's a rant. Just a superstar that I'm not thrilled with right now. Brandon Horvath is going to be joining us at some point during the show. We're hoping for 4:30. He had a game earlier today in which their team, K&D Rounds Landscape, won 89-73. They lost by 4 yesterday, 107-103 in a high-scoring game. Put up 89 today, 89-73 winners over Jenny King. Horvath had 12 points, 5 of 7 shooting, 2 of 4 from the arc. He had 2 boards, 5 assists, did not foul in 28 minutes of play. Kobe McEwen was on the other team, and he had a quiet night. 19 minutes, 9 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 4 boards, 2 assists, and 3 turnovers for Kobe McEwen as his team falls, again, 89-73. Justin Bean's team plays tonight. So we'll get into a little bit more of that when we talk to Brandon. Again, we're hoping to have him on at 4:30. I got to text him to make sure he's still good to go for that. All right. Guild Mortgage text line is open for you guys to jump on, listen to the show, text in, be a part. Listen, guys, I'm begging you. I am solo for the first hour and maybe solo for the second hour. I need your participation. Ask me questions. If you got questions about Utah State football, Utah State basketball, if you got questions about the Jazz, we're going to talk Jazz, we're going to talk NBA. If you don't like my opinions, just let me know, why you not like my opinion. I'd love to hear from our listeners. 435-339-0321. And text into our Guild Mortgage text line again, 435-339-0321. Again, Guild Mortgage can help you find the loan to fit your life. Select from hundreds of loan products tailored to your needs. Let Karen Nielsen and the Guild Mortgage team take care of you. You can call them at 435-294-2480. We will be live at Guild Mortgage next week. Wednesday, actually, to be exact. and we'll have some guests with us. We'll talk to them. We'll get you ready for the Utah State Athletics Hall of Fame, which comes up on Saturday evening. Buy your tickets on UtahStateAggies.com to see that wonderful ceremony, a great ceremony. In fact, we're going to have Ty Wesley on our show next Monday. Lance White will be live in the studio with us next week. And we'll have other Hall of Fame inductees from Utah State join us here on the show. So again, text in 435-339-0321. Love to hear from you. We're going to talk some NBA playoffs, get you ready for Saturday's first round of games, and also Sunday's first round of games. We're going to talk some NBA basketball as a whole. We're going to talk a little bit of Aggie basketball, NFL, and Utah State Aggie football as they finished up their week. I think this is week 3, right? Week 3 or week 4 of Utah State Aggie football. So we'll get into that. We'll hear from, actually, we won't hear from Coach today. You'll probably hear from Coach either tomorrow or next week. I would imagine next week after the blue and white scrimmage on the 23rd. I think it's at 1 o'clock. We were told 12 last Saturday. It ended up being at 1, so I need to go double check on that, make sure it's at 1. But it's part of, I guess, Family Day, if you want to call it that. But bring your kiddos out, come watch some football, come watch this Aggie team cap off their spring camp with their final scrimmage in front of the public, I should say. All right, let's get on to some news and notes around the sports world. We'll start in the NBA. Steph Curry, it looks like he's going to play in Game 1 of the playoffs against the Denver Nuggets. Here's the dealio cheerio with this one. Obviously, he's been suffering from a left foot strain. He hasn't played since March 16th. So you're looking at over a full month when he does play. But according to Coach Kerr, he and Curry are both optimistic that Steph will play Game 1 and be ready to go. He'll end up playing, there's a scrimmage. Oh, I guess they did play in a scrimmage already. Curry did, and he played 3 6-minute stretches, according to Kendra Andrews of ESPN.com. Kerr said Curry's expected to play with a minute's restriction when he returns, although the coach isn't sure what exactly the limit will look like yet. Of course, you don't know. It's the playoffs. Kind of depends on what the situation also looks like itself. But he said, Coach said his conditioning looks good of Curry. He'd be more concerned about the timing. It's interesting because anytime you have a guy out for a month, right? When he's out for a month, it's hard to get him back into live game action. No less it's the playoffs against the Denver Nuggets. It's really hard to get someone get going like that. So what does his minutes restriction looks like? Will he be impactful after being out for a whole entire month is another question you're going to have to ask. So, but it looks like Curry's going to be at least ready to go, ready to play on Saturday afternoon against the Denver Nuggets. Meanwhile, I got a couple complaints. We're going to start with, 2 superstar complaints. I said 1. We're going to go to 2. I have a gripe with Zion Williamson. They showed him doing his warm-up of these 360 dunks and landing just fine. He looks great. New Orleans played in their playoff game last night, their play-in game, I should say. Winners over the Spurs in that play-in game, so they survived for at least another day. They now get to take on the Clippers in L.A. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Mountain Time. I have a gripe session with Zion after the Pelicans 113-103 win over San Antonio. Why isn't Zion Williamson playing? Is this a situation where Zion is becoming a egomaniac diva and not wanting to play with the Pelicans so he can help himself be healthy, or have himself be healthy, I should say, to get him to another team, a title contending team? He's doing 360 dunks on the floor during warm-ups. Why isn't he playing basketball for his team to help his team in the playoffs? This makes no sense at all. If you're that healthy where you're doing 360 dunks, young man, you should be playing for your team. Not just collecting a paycheck sitting on the bench. I'm bothered by that. That bugs me. That annoys me. I've always been in, this is not the old days of like we're Stockton alone, right? Oh, you broke your finger? Well, let's have you sit out for 3 weeks. And Stockton saying, sir, you can go eat a cow pie. I'm going to go play right now. These aren't the days of Karl Malone having sprained ankles and sitting himself out for a month. Really, really bothered by this. Actually, incredibly annoyed by it. Brian Windhorst, well, he doesn't think we're going to see Zion Williams at all.
If the Suns make some sort of miracle upset and get through the Suns and extend their run, could we revisit this? Maybe, but right now I would not plan on seeing him.
Okay, and first of all, second of all, we need to calm down with the whole, like, if they get to the Suns. They aren't beating the Clippers. And I've been wrong before. Yes, I know. I know what you listeners are about to text in. I've been wrong before. But the Clippers versus the Pelicans in LA tells me Clippers in a rout. Here's Brian Windhorst more on Zion Williamson's situation.
Zion wants to play. Zion's stepfather has said as much in a recent interview. He obviously is working back towards it, but right now they are more focused on getting him healthy enough to be ready for the start of next season.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. We know that Zion wants to play because his stepfather said so. Hey, if the stepfather says he wants to play, the guy wants to play. Because the stepfather said so. No, give me a break. Why am I not hearing from Zion Williamson that he wants to play? Why am I not hearing from the owner, the coach, the GM, somebody within the New Orleans Pelicans organization that Zion Williamson wants to play? Why am I hearing it from the stepfather? That right there is a red flag that Zion Williamson is going to get himself out of New Orleans. An Anthony Davis type situation. Without the credential or the credibility. A guy wants to leave because he's what? And he doesn't even have a good reason to leave. He's barely even played. With no credential credibility, such as seasons played, veteran experience, all-stars. I mean, look, if this is Damian Lillard, you give the man whatever he wants. If he wants to go, he has a right to go. Donovan Mitchell, I think, has earned that right too. I'll be honest. But not Zion Williamson. He doesn't get to dictate who he gets to go to and when he wants to leave. Not yet, at least. Not when you're under contract with this team and they picked you as the number 1 draft pick. What are you, like John Elway? Eli Manning? Now, granted, they had good agents that worked themselves out of a situation they didn't want to be in before they got to the team. Before they played a game with the team. Now, yes, I mean, Baltimore Colts, or what was it, Indianapolis Colts, hate John Elway with a passion. I don't blame him. San Diego Charger fans hate Eli Manning with a passion. I don't blame him. New Orleans Pelican fans hate Anthony Davis. I don't blame them. And they're going to hate Zion Williamson. Actually, I don't even know if they're going to really hate him as much as just make fun of him. The guy was never healthy, couldn't play, didn't play, and then he begs himself out of New Orleans. What if he ends up being a bust somewhere else? Then it becomes a bigger issue. Then we have more problems on Zion's hands. And his agent's hands, by the way. He's not clean in this situation. Not at all. All right, another issue I had. Atlanta, 132-103 winners over Charlotte in an absolute blowout last night. Trae Young started off slow, got himself going, finished 8 of 24 from the field for, 24 points, give or take. LaMelo Ball. I want to get your guys' thoughts on something. And just, so, correct me if I'm wrong, please. 2104. Zion has already been an all-star. Yes. But he was in what? He was in that rookies, the Rising Star game, right? Am I not mistaken? The Rising Stars game? I'm not saying that's not an all-star selection. I mean, I believe it does count. I believe you're right, 2104. It does count as an all-star selection. But like an NBA all-star selection, Like a true NBA All-Star selection. He just hasn't played enough games, and he hasn't done enough for the team to say that he has credibility to be able to dictate when and where he should go. Not in my opinion. All right, getting back to LaMelo Ball. Last night, game's over. Atlanta's up 26, 27 points, right, with about a minute left. And you got LaMelo Ball just out there running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Trying to pad his stats with rebounds, trying to get steals, trying to score buckets. It's going to do nothing to impact the game. In fact, I think on the very final possession for Charlotte, LaMelo Ball runs up to one of his teammates, begs for the ball, goes to the left side of the lane, and then gets his shot blocked at the buzzer. Does he make basketball fun? Yeah, you could say he does. But he's got such an arrogance to him, man. Like, what are you doing? And by the way, nobody was cheering him on. Nobody on the Hornets was like, yeah, go score a bucket, man. Get us to 105. That's what we need right there. That's our goal. I think everybody in that arena, everybody probably on his team, was laughing at LaMelo Ball. Like, dude, this guy is way too much right now. Calm the fetch down, sir. I don't know if he was trying to impress his dad, but that was bad. That was bad on LaMelo's side. And then Miles Bridges, or is it? Sorry, not Miles Bridges. Wow. Sorry, something just come out here. Bridges' situation with throwing his mouth guard at a fan. Not good. Players gotta be able to have a tough skin. And you've got to understand that that fans are gonna say stuff. Fans are gonna make fun of you. They're gonna call you names. And you gotta be able to show some tough skin. Well, Miles Bridges couldn't do that. Instead, he turns around, throws his mouthpiece at a fan, misses the fan by a lot, and ends up hitting a 16-year-old girl in the face with his mouthpiece. And his apology isn't even about hitting the fan. Well, I mean, it is, but his apology, he doesn't even feel bad as much about hitting the fan. He still wanted to hit somebody. He just hit the wrong person. And he says he's never done it before. He felt bad about it. He wants to make it right with the 16-year-old girl. In fact, he put it out on Twitter yesterday. Can someone get me in contact with her? I feel this is unacceptable, quote unquote, his words. But in his apology, he talks about, I was aiming for a fan and I am hitting the girl instead. But he doesn't even apologize for just throwing his mouthpiece at all. He just apologizes for hitting the fan. Or the wrong fan, I should say. You got to have tough skin in the NBA. Especially in the playoffs. Look, Kevin Durant's heard it all. Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, Steph Curry, Draymond Green's definitely heard it. James Harden. The superstars, the best players, have heard all sorts of grief. Derogatory remarks. Is it right? No. But is it going to happen? Yes. And you've got to find a way to keep your cool. You got to find a way to just ignore the noise. Russell Westbrook's bad about doing that. I don't know if I'd say LeBron's bad about doing it. I know he's gotten after fans who spoke about his family, which I understand. But he gets a little bit too sensitive at times. Kevin Durant is not bad about it on the court. He's bad about it on Twitter, though. Like, if you were to say, hey, Kevin Durant, I would take Russell Westbrook over you on the court, right? And you were to yell at him that Russell Westbrook was always better than him, that James Harden and Russell Westbrook carried Durant, Durant wouldn't do a thing. He wouldn't care if you said it to him on the court. But if you go on Twitter and say Kevin Durant doesn't like kittens, Kevin Durant's going to lose his dang mind. He's going to get all pissy and He's going to start crying about it and getting after you on Twitter. It's interesting. On the court, he won't say a word to you, but on Twitter, he's like, don't you ever tell me I don't like kittens again. I have a cat named Sprinkles, and Sprinkles is the most obedient cat in the world. Got to find a way to have tough skin in the NBA. Tom Brady, I bet's been told everything, too. I'd like to tell him some stuff of my own. I am not a fan of that man at all whatsoever. All right, other news coming out of the NBA. Check this out. Ben Simmons, who hasn't played a basketball game since Game 7 of last year in, I think, June, looks to return to live game, in-game action this upcoming round versus the Boston Celtics. Looking at the range of games 4, 5, and 6. Ben Simmons is looking to return to play basketball. I'm going to be straight up with you. This is a horrendous idea for so many reasons. I'll start with the first one. A, the guy has not played a ball game. He has not played a live basketball game since last June. On court, in front of a crowd, live NBA basketball game since last June. And you're going to ask him to come into round 1 against the number 2 seed Boston Celtics. And what are you going to do with him? What is he going to do? In a intense atmosphere, where, I mean, if it's Game 5, it's in Boston, by the way. So you're going to play in a hostile atmosphere. What are you going to do with Ben Simmons? You're going to try and hide him on offense? How? You can't hide Ben Simmons, man. You can go double Durant, and just like shadow Ben, and then when Ben gets the ball, just go after him. I mean, send Velociraptors after the guy and see how he handles the pressure. Real defensive pressure. And see how he handles it. It's not going to go well. I just don't understand why you even consider this idea. And the other part to it, he has never played a live NBA basketball game, like a true NBA basketball game with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. I'm not talking about the All-Star game. I'm talking about a live, real basketball game. He has never played with Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant. How is he going to gel with these guys? That's not going to work. This could turn out to be a disaster for the I'm about to say Philadelphia 76ers, for the Brooklyn Nets. No way that works. Now, I've been wrong before, but that's crazy. Here is Steve Nash on Ben Simmons' status.
It's up to Ben. Ben's back. It's not up to me or any of us other than his back, and how we can help that resolve. Great, but there's a chance Ben comes back. There's a chance he doesn't come back. So I think for us, we got to focus on the group, support Ben in his journey to get back on the floor. But at the same time, we don't have time to lose focus on the group that's playing.
Here's the problem, though. If he comes back on the court, the whole distraction will be Ben Simmons. It'll be Ben Simmons this, Ben Simmons that, Ben Simmons everywhere. It's not going to work. Not in the first round against the Celtics. In fact, I would dare say the Celtics are begging Ben Simmons to come back. They're begging him. Like they're begging the Nets. Please, let him on the court. Let him get 25 minutes on the court. Guy who hasn't played since June? Come on. 9315 text into our Gil Mortgage text line. The man with the hairdo and looks just like Justin Timberlake. How come you did not get that guy to fill in for Eric? Ratings through the roof for the janitor. He's so famous. Did Ajay have bowed down with a promoter for him? No, Cody is not with me. He is busy working in Wyoming. That's why I didn't get him to fill in for me. Or with me. I miss Cody. He's a good dude. We all miss Cody. Really good guy. I'm sure he's doing great things. Here is Steve Nash on the franchise cornerstone. And if he's talking about Ben Simmons, I'm going to throw up.
Ben's a franchise cornerstone. But right now, it's about supporting him physically and mentally to get back on the floor, and coaching the group to put its best foot forward in the first few games of the series, at least. But I mean, internally we're not sitting here saying Ben's returning in this series. We'll see what happens.
Mr. Nash, could I just maybe hear what you just said again?
Ben's
neither the FBI.
That's not what I want. Come on. Where are you at, Steve? Say exactly what you just said again. Word for word.
Ben's a franchise cornerstone.
A what? Ben Simmons is a franchise cornerstone for your team and he hasn't played a single game in Brooklyn yet? Did you just say that?
Right now, it's about...
Oh my gosh, throw me up. Ben is not a franchise cornerstone. Stop it. Quit snorting Smarties. 9315. What about the famous AJ Knight for today? AJ's busy. I don't know what he's doing, but he's busy. All right, we got to get ready to take a break here. Coming back, we are going to hear... Whoa. Coming back, we're going to hear from... I think we're going to hear from Brendan Horvath. I'm going to give him a call. We're going to see how this goes. All right, Brendan Horvath, former Aggie, had one stint with the Aggies, and is getting ready to hopefully get himself into the NBA. We'll hear from him coming up here on the Full Court Press, 1069 The Fan.
Here's Chad Norton, the lawn doctor, with a tip for your lawn.
Warmer temperatures have both weeds and grass competing for space in your yard. Dandelions, thistle, clover, morning glory will all be kept under better control when you have us applying pre-emergence and weed control. At the same time, we can feed your grass to make sure it wins the battle and keep it lush and growing all season long. Regular visits from the lawn doctor will help your lawn be healthier and pest-free.
Fertilizer, weed, and pest control. Call Chad Norton, the lawn doctor, at 753-LAWN. Follow them on Facebook or go to lawndoctorcashvalley.com.
Hey Cache Valley, it's Kim with the Logan City Police Department. It's finally springtime, which means it's time for our first dog chipping clinic of the year. We are teaming up with the Bridgerland Applied Technology College of Animal Sciences to hold this event. It will be held Saturday, April 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Bridgerland West campus located at 1410 North, 1000 West. You can pre-register for $8 by calling 435-716-9300. We can't wait to see all your cute canines.
Your friends at Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat, the Allergy Clinic, and the Hearing Aid Center are moving to their new location at 2245 North, 400 East, North Logan this week. Appointments can still be made and the Providence office will be open. Doctors Benyon, Blotter, and Robinette, along with the entire staff, look forward to welcoming you to the new office location on Monday, April 18th. Please be patient as Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat staff will be moving this week. The new location will be open Monday, April 18th. Appointments can still be made, and the Providence office will be open. Go to CacheValleyENT.com for details.
Cache Valley Bank's newest branch is now open in Preston. I'm Lance Zollinger, and I'm excited to announce Cache Valley Bank is now open inside Stokes Marketplace. If you're an existing customer, you'll love the convenience. If you're not a customer, we'd love to have you open a new account with us, or even talk with us about a loan for your farm or business. Cache Valley Bank, a community bank where decisions are still made locally. Now open in Preston. Cache Valley Bank, member FDIC.
The Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 1069 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
It is the Full Court Press here on 1069 FM, 1390 AM The Fan, 1069thefan.com, and the 1069 The Fan mobile app. All right, time to talk some Utah State Aggie basketball, and doing so here, joining us, spent 1 year with the Utah State Aggies and spent a very impactful 1 year with the Utah State Aggies. It is Brendan Horvath, former small forward with Utah State. Brendan, hi, how are you?
Hey, man, how's it going? Great to be here.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Hey, how's the Portsmouth Invitational treating you? You guys got a win today, I believe, by 16, right?
Yeah. We got in Tuesday night and tested in the morning Wednesday, played 9 o'clock, played pretty well. We lost a tight one, like 107 to 105 or something. We thought we let it get away from us. But everyone, we showed really well for the scouts and stuff. And then today we really put the hammer down and we really played well and won by. We were up by like 25, I think, at one point. So we showed well today again. So it's been really good.
Brendan, do you guys play in front of scouts? What has that been like, playing in front of scouts?
Yeah.
Do you put pressure on yourself when you do that, or are you able to just kind of cool down and play your way?
Yeah, I mean, there's all 32 teams, or all 30 teams are here from the NBA, so there's, hundreds and hundreds of scouts just lined up at the, it's like, I mean, I'm just treating it like AAU all over again, just playing in front of, just playing hard and showing what I can do, and, just playing with a lot of energy, and then everything else will fall in its place. So that's just how I've been, mindset-wise, just been coming this week, so it's been good so far.
One guy that I'm sure you're very familiar with is Abu Kijab playing with you here. How's that been?
That's actually been really fun. He's actually a really, really cool guy. We've really gelled from the start, and he's been playing well. We've been talking about the season a little bit. Talking a little trash. It's been fun.
Brendan, I got to ask, 12 points, 5 of 7 from the field today, 2 of 4 from the arc, 5 assists, 2 boards. Not a bad day for you in 28 minutes of basketball. Is there anything specific you're working on to improve your game to get ready for the NBA?
Yeah, I'm really just trying to dial in my my 3-point shot for these scouts. I really want to show I can stretch the floor and play hard and play solid defense and really find that role for the next level of being that stretch floor kind of guy, and just playing. Like I said, I'm just playing with a lot of energy and playing really hard. Shots are gonna fall or whatever. So just letting leave that up to the basketball gods and just playing hard.
How's the rest of the talent in the invitation? You got some names you're playing with, guys from Houston. I mean, there's some good ball players in this thing.
For sure, yeah. I mean, these are the top 60, seniors in the whole country. So it's, everybody's good and everybody's got game. You just got to, kind of separate yourself every day, and just I'm treating it like a job interview. So I've just been on my A game and just playing my game. So it's been really good. Competition's really good, and I rise to it. So it's been good.
How much are you hoping you get to play against Justin Bean?
Oh yeah, he plays tonight. I'm actually gonna head to the game. They play at 9:00 here, so about to shower up and head over there. And then I think if they win one and lose one, we play them on Saturday. So I'm really hoping he loses one game.
Brendan,
that'd be cool.
You and Justin Bean made such. I mean, there was so much hype around that combination when you were coming from UMBC. Was it everything you hoped for when you got to play with Justin? What was that like for you personally?
Yeah, it was better than I hoped for. I mean, I had seen Justin play on film and stuff. I obviously didn't know him and stuff, but it felt like from the minute I walked on campus that we connected, and we playing that front court role of me at the 5, him at the 4. It was pretty much what we played major minutes at. It was just we just had a connection I can't really describe. It was just I kind of knew where he was going to be and he knew where I was going to be, and it just worked really well.
Brendan Horvath, former Aggie, joining us here on the Full Court Press on 106.9 The Fan. Brandon, what was your 1 year with Utah State like? Was there expectations you had to it was it different from what you were thinking it would be? Just tell us about it.
I mean, yeah, I just I said this before. I really didn't know what to expect coming from basically the whole other side of the whole country. So, I knew it was going to be a step up in a level of competition. That's really why I committed there, and wanted to see the other side of the country, and it was just and the fans and everything. I mean, that was better than I could have ever expected, because I've seen the videos and stuff, but playing in front of those fans in actual person, it was just unbelievable. And having my dad there all the way out there for senior night, and just talking to the fans and hugging him at half court, it was just one of the best moments of my life. So it was a really, really good decision.
What's your thoughts on the Spectrum Magic and USU Herd now that you got to see it in person and at its full strength?
Yeah, it's you can't describe it other than just electric, and fans are so passionate and they really, really love Aggie basketball. They fought through us even through some tough times this year, and I'm just extremely grateful for all that. So it was great.
Brendan Horvath joining us here on the Full Court Press. Brendan, what does your offseason look like after the Portsmouth Invitational? Have you had a chance to rest, or will you rest after this, or how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I really am not going to get any rest. So I was in New Orleans the other week for the 3v3, and now I'm here in Portsmouth, and then I'm heading to Maryland after this for like maybe a week just to see my family and see it home and check it out again. And then I head to Toronto, where my agency is at, for the whole month of May, and we're just training for pre-draft workouts and summer league and all that stuff. So, it's a really, really busy summer for me, and I wouldn't really want it any other way. So I'm going to be pretty much busy the rest of the summer.
How was the 3-on-3 tournament, by the way? I meant to ask you about it.
Yeah, no, it was super, super cool. I got the first time playing for money. It was super cool and different format. Kind of had to get used to it. Only 3-on-3 half court. Taking the ball right out of the net and just passing and shooting it. It was a crazy experience. I'd never been in New Orleans either, so that was super, super cool. Just extremely grateful for all these opportunities I'm getting. So I've just been taking it one day at a time. It's just been super awesome.
Have you had conversations with NBA scouts, and how has that gone? You don't have to get into specifics, obviously, but what are those conversations
more time,
like?
You're breaking up.
Sorry. Have you had conversations with NBA scouts? What have those conversations been like?
Yeah.
You don't have to get into specifics, obviously, but just kind of a general answer to it.
Yeah, they've been around. They're in the same hotels, so they came to the game, and then they just a couple teams have texted me for actual interviews to sit down and kind of just dig deeper and get to know me more. Other than the surface level. So it's been good. I've just been, taking it one day at a time, just being myself. That's all I'm doing out here is just showing what I can do. Brandon Horvath, not trying to be anyone else. So I think I've been doing a good job so far, and got to keep it going.
Do you feel like you're getting positive feedback?
Yes, for sure. That's why I actually had a meeting today with one team in the NBA, and that's exactly what I was just talking about. Like, this is just a feedback weekend for me, and what to work on this whole summer, so I can better my chances at the next level. So it's been really, really good.
I'm sure NBA potential draftees don't like this question, but is there a specific location you're hoping for?
To be honest, there is not one location. Yeah. I will literally play anywhere. So I'm an open book.
I asked Justin about this yesterday. I wanted to ask you as well. I've always enjoyed watching Coach Dixon and Coach Odom, and the coaching staff as a whole is great. But watching Coach Dixon around you big men, there's just that special relationship. Can you talk about that?
Oh man, where do I start with Coach Dixon? I mean, that guy. I've known that guy, since prep school 6 years ago when he reached out to me, and I mean, I can't say enough nice things about that guy. That guy's basically family at this point. Been over his, I've had him out on my boat in Maryland. He's been over his house. He's one of my favorite people in the whole world. So I love that guy to death. It's just a special connection that we have.
I know the season didn't end the way you were hoping for. You had a tough loss against Colorado State in the Mountain West Conference tournament, and then fell short against Oregon in the NIT. But what was it like competing in the Mountain West Conference tournament against? I mean, this league hadn't been that good in about maybe 9 years.
Right.
And then you get Oregon, a Pac-12 team, to be able to compete against great teams like that. How much did that motivate you, or I guess not motivate you, but help you increase your talent individually as a player?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I told Coach Odom when he was recruiting me to come from UMBC, just that I really want to take my game to the next level, and by doing that, I had to play the best of the best, and that's what we did this year. I mean, our conference wasn't the best in the country, but it had to be one of the top 7 or 5 or 7. So, just playing those guys every day in and out, just working at it every single day has really, really bettered my game and bettered me as a person. So, it's really, really prepared me for the next level, and that was one of the main reasons why I committed there. So it was great.
Brandon, you've been so generous with your time. I can't tell you how much we thank you for what you've done for Utah State men's basketball, for coming here without a ton of knowledge about Logan and everything you did for Aggie basketball. Wish you the best in your off season. Hope you have a great invitational, and we'll be rooting for you.
Oh man, thank you so much, and thank you, Aggie Nation, man. They welcomed me open in arms. Some guy from Maryland, first year, 1 year deal. So it was an awesome year. Thank you guys so much.
Brandon, take care. Good luck. Stay healthy.
Yes, sir, AJ. We'll be in touch. Thank you.
Hi, buddy. Brandon Horvath, former Aggie. Look, 1 year with the Aggies, but he had a lot of impact. I know people are going to say, well, he couldn't do this or he couldn't make free throws. Whatever. Guy still had an impact on the court when he was there. And, I mean, we're talking, Ryland Jones I thought was really good coming off the bench. Brock Miller did whatever he could when he was healthy to help the Aggies. And for him to come in and fit right in, I felt like he fit right in immediately. And that's hard to do, especially in Division I basketball, especially in the Mountain West Conference for as good as it was. I thought Brandon Horvath was great. Wish him and Justin Mean the very best. Big thanks to Brandon for joining us here on the Full Court Press. If you guys want to find any of our interviews that we've done or any of our full shows that we've had, go to 1069thefan.com. It has all our past episodes, all our past shows, all our interviews cut. We had a chance to talk with Matt Lance yesterday. Really great conversation where he is over this this organization and helps out with special needs kids. They had a chance to hang out with the Utah State football team yesterday. It was a really, really cool thing to watch on social media, to see the interaction between the players and the kids. Nearly 350 kids participated, and they're not done yet, by the way. They want to get more universities and more organizations to include them, and I think they're going to have some great things. So we have that interview on there. We have Justin Bean. Next week, we're going to have Ty Wesley. We're going to have the Utah State Hall of Fame inductees, both in the 21 and 22 class, as their Utah State Hall of Fame induction will begin on Saturday night. You can get tickets on UtahStateAggies.com. We'll have all those interviews posted throughout the whole entire week, again, as well as our full episodes as well. We'll take another break. We'll come back with more of the Full Court Press on 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan.
The Full Court Press.
What do you think the genuine level interest from Quinn Snyder was of the Lakers?
Well, look, his memory of being in L.A. was with Kobe Bryant. If I'm Quinn Snyder, I'm looking at what's going on there, from leadership to ownership to personnel. And I get it. Some people want to walk into those situations feeling like it's broken. I can come in and fix it. I mean, there's a few guys that go through there that have been able to bounce back after having a bad experience.
Weekdays from 4 to 6. 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
The coverage of spring sports continues on local radio and video streamed on Cache Valley Daily. Thanks to sponsors Adam Wealth Advisors, Logo Shop, Old Grist Mill, McDonald's, and Great Basin Graphics. From Mountain Crest to Ridgeline, Green Canyon and Skyview to Logan and Bear River. You can check out the full spring sports schedule, links to follow along, and look up all the old archives of games streamed in the past. Stay locked in on high school sports only on CacheValleyDaily.com.
S.E. Needham Jewelers is where Utah gets engaged. We offer a large selection of personalized service and extraordinary benefits with our integrity price guarantee. At Match Quality, you'll find our prices to be as low or lower than any store in the state. We consistently beat any 50 to 70% off sales, internet pricing, or so-called wholesale deals. In fact, we even price our diamonds at internet pricing, so you'll get S.E. Needham quality at internet prices. Open Monday through Saturday 10 to 7, where Utah gets engaged. S.E. Needham Jewelers, middle of the block, at the sign of the clock.
Imagine your wedding day. Elegant, simple, yet stunning, stress-free. It's your day. It's all about you. Whether you're looking for small and simple or have a grander idea, the Riverwoods Conference Center will accommodate your every need. Choose the inside ballroom elegance or outside along the natural decor of the beautiful Logan River. A Riverwoods event planner will work personally with you to make sure your event is exactly how you've envisioned it. The Riverwoods Conference Center, where your happily ever after begins. Google Riverwoods Conference Center or call 750-5151.
The Aggies, the Jazz, the high schools, the Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
Full Court Press, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, The Fan. 106.9thefan.com and on our mobile app as well. Ajay Salvesen, joined by, he's in studio, folks, at 6'6", weighing 225 pounds, with 47% body fat, Eric Frandsen.
Wow.
Was that too generous?
That was weird. Hi.
It was weird. Eric. It's not weird. It was great.
Listen to your interview with Brandon.
Yeah.
How did he do last night? Do they provide like stats?
They
like
do.
How they did?
Yeah, they do. He did great. He had 12 points yesterday. He had 12 points tonight, or at least this afternoon. I think he had like 5 boards. No, he had 7 boards. He was really good last night too. And they lost 107-103, but he's looked really good in front of a couple scouts.
Good for him. He's not a guy that's going to get drafted, but he could make maybe a 2-way contract.
Yeah,
I don't know. G League and play his way into something. But I mean, honestly, his opportunity is probably more overseas.
You think so? I mean, look, this day and age, if you're a stretch 4, you've got a chance. Even if it is a 2-way, even if it is a G League spot, you still got a chance.
Maybe. I worry about his physicality at that size, being able to last in the NBA. But yeah, best of luck for him. He's getting some opportunities. I mean, the 3-on-3 tournament, participating in the Portsmouth Invitational. He's getting some opportunities, right? He's getting exposure. He's getting opportunities to compete. with and against some high-level players and to meet with NBA scouts. It's a cool opportunity for him. And he's going to, spending the whole month of May up in Toronto, working with his agency up there. So it's exciting. He'll have specific things they'll have him work on, and hopefully things work out for him. Where teams say, look, we'd like to invite you to our summer camp, our summer league, and see how things work out there.
I think he gets a contract, whether it's G League or two-way. I think he does get one. Again, it's just a stretch for it. I mean, I just think with his ability to shoot from the arc, you're right. I think there needs to be a need to develop some muscle in the NBA, right? Get a little bit bigger, but I think he'll get there. 5634, text into our Gilmore's text line. Brandon needs to work on his free throws. Absolutely.
Yeah, yes.
But you know what? There's a lot of big men who suck at free throw shooting and are still in the NBA.
True. Rudy Gobert is
not
great at free throws.
There is a number of big men who cannot shoot a free throw. I think there's a number of big men that Brendan shoots better than.
But look, if you're a stretch four that can go out and knock down a three at a pretty good clip, you should be able to hit a free throw at a pretty decent clip too.
Should. Yeah, should. That's the key word. I just feel like there's a lot of leeway in the NBA when it comes to free throw shooting. They're not like, oh man, he shoots 50% from the free throw line. Can't draft him. I just think there's a lot of leeway in that category. That they don't look at that as serious as we might say.
You're probably right. I mean, if he was only a 50% shooter at the rim,
we would have issues.
Yeah, well, that's a problem.
We would have questions and concerns. Absolutely.
Right. But if he can do other things, he can handle the ball. He can bring the ball up the court. He's a willing passer. He can shoot from the outside. He's not afraid to be on the inside in the paint. He's not a physical presence, but he has some skill. Being able to get a shot off in the low post. So yeah, is he an NBA guy? I don't know. But I think that he could have an opportunity in the G League. Really probably comes down to him thinking, like, does it make sense for me to spend my time in the G League and be a long shot for the NBA, or go somewhere overseas where I know I'm going to be able to play and make some money? Now, I don't know what the financial situation is if you're in the G League versus some of these European clubs. I don't know what those financial levels are, but that's at the end of the day what he's going to have to decide.
I was going to tell you something. Now you kept going, so now I forgot.
Well, excuse me.
No, that's not what I meant.
You're long-winded there, Frandsen.
Is that what your dad
I had
tells
an
you?
idea.
Shut up, stop it.
But you had diarrhea of the mouth. Now the thought is gone. Is that what was?
I'm
going to
pretend
tell me?
like I just didn't hear that last part. Dan Patrick is sponsored with his Above the Noise by Napa Auto Parts. When you buy Napa Auto Parts, you're getting the best. And need a new battery or wiper blades? When you pull into one of the 5 Preston and Providence Napa stores, they'll not only make sure you get the right battery or wiper blades, if you need it, they'll also help you install it. If you need any work done on your car, they can recommend a dozen Napa Auto Part or Auto Care Centers with ASE certified technicians. Napa knows how. Again, they sponsor Dan Patrick's Above the Noise coming up here in about 5 minutes. We want to thank them for being a part of today's show. We're going to take a break. Coming back, we'll wrap up the first hour, and we will get you ready for the second hour. The Full Court Press. Eric Frandsen and Ajay Salvesen on 106.9 The Fan.
This, keep it on the down low here, is the Dan Patrick Show. Anthony Davis feels like nobody likes the Lakers. The whole world is not rooting against you, Anthony. You know who's rooting for you? Every TV exec. They want you to play. That you have people who don't like LeBron. That's it. It's like nobody's rooting against Anthony Davis.
Dan Patrick. The Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
Hey, it's Jackson with Mountain West Motor, inviting you to check out our new location at 615 North Main in Logan. If you're looking for a rig that will turn heads on the road, each vehicle on our lot has been customized and built for your adventure. Whether it's hauling kids, hauling trailers, or roaming in the mountains, choose from our collection of trucks and SUVs at Mountain West Motor like no other dealership in Cache Valley. Visit us at mwmotor.com. Mountain West Motor, built for your adventure.
It's that first kiss, that moment in time.
Engagement season is in full swing, and Jarek's Fine Jewelry has been helping hundreds of couples find the perfect ring. If you are getting engaged, you have to come browse our collections. Sometimes you may find the perfect ring in just a minute, or we can help you custom create your own design. Oh, and with Mother's Day almost here, talk to us about designing the perfect mother's ring.
Jarek's Fine Jewelry. Make it special, make it Jarek's.
West Point Dairy Products at Hiram is hiring. West Point Dairy Products has been manufacturing high-quality butter for over 25 years in Cache Valley. They're currently expanding and want you on their growing team. West Point Dairy Products offers competitive wages for entry-level positions starting at $18 per hour, full benefit packages, double time on Sundays, a $2,000 sign-on bonus, and tremendous opportunities for growth. For immediate consideration, call Express Employment Professionals at 435-213-9595.
Hi, this is Bob Larson with LSS Insurance. Medicare has lots of rules and regulations. If you are turning 65, preparing to retire, or have delayed Medicare, we can help. We can help you understand all the fine print and give you peace of mind. Let us help each step of the way to ensure you have the coverage you need. For more information, call 752-9493 or go to lssins.com. We are here to help. We have decades of experience and there is no cost to work with us. Call 752-9493.
If you want a natural stone look on your home without the expense, think Coldwater Stone in Tremonton. They have partnered with Castellite and Logan to bring you the look and style you want at a price much less than natural stone. Stop into Coldwater's Tremonton showroom or Castellite and Logan and see how they take some of the most beautiful resources the earth has to offer, then shapes and blends them to create your dream home. Create your custom masterpiece online at coldwaterstone.com. Coldwater Stone, the natural choice for all of your stone needs.
Talking the sports you care about. The Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
I just did something wrong. I don't know what I just did. Hi, everybody. Did I just stop?
Hello?
All right, we're just going to keep going here. By the way, hey guys, don't forget, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is now open on Sundays at 695 North Main in Logan. Quick, clean, easy, and that's how it should be when it comes to an oil change. Stop in today at Valvoline Instant Oil. Big thanks to them for being a part of today's show. Eric's going to walk over here, and he's going to look at the board and figure out what's going on. In fact, he is pushing buttons, and see, look, it's still there, Eric. We're going to find out in about a month. Or not in a month. I mean, about a minute. I about just said a month. This has been a rough day, Eric. I'm exhausted. You're exhausted. We're tired.
I'm not exhausted.
We're wired.
I mean, I've put some miles on the car today. I had to get some new wheels. I had to pay for new tires. I had to make a road trip.
Did you go to Mountain West Motor?
No, they don't. They're not a tire place.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Well, you could get a truck to put your tires in the truck.
Well, it may have been a better option.
Hey, you were just listening to some audio from Jason Kidd. Is that right? You were not thrilled about his outfit, though? That's what you got out of the interview?
Well, yeah, so Jason Kidd did a post-practice availability with the media, talking about Luka Doncic and his injury status. And he's got a ball cap turned around backwards. Looks like he's wearing a hoodie. Looks like he's some guy who just was at the gym for like a rec league or something and then found his way in front of cameras. So I mean, he doesn't look like he's, it's supposed to be a coach of a basketball team. So just a weird look for Jason Kidd.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're going to take a break. Coming back for the second hour, we'll get into more of the Full Court Press. We'll talk to Utah State IU football, Utah Jazz, NBA, and much more here coming up all on the Full Court Press of 106.9 FM, 1390 AM, and 106.9thefan.com.